Welcome back, viewers. Grenada will soon see the construction of 3 5-star resorts along the coast of Grenada's beach. Egyptian billionaire and businessman Naguib Sawiris is in discussion with government to invest in the island's tourism sector. He says what has attracted him to the Spice Isle is the warmth of the Grenadian people with whom he is in love. He met with Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell on Thursday in the VIP lounge at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. Abigail McIntyre reports.
Mr. Naguib Sawiris has his eye on 3 plots on the popular Grenada's beach. One he has already purchased, which is Silver Sands. The other is the Riviera property located between Camahon Park and the Grenada Grand Beach Resort. And the third property is the St. George's University lot in Montrouge. If these 3 projects are successful, it can contribute 30 to 40% of the country's room stock.
If we are lucky and we can build all these 3 in the same time frame, then we believe we would at least be able to add maybe 30 or 40% to the capacity of rooms in this country, which will be quite a leap, With the upcoming other rooms like Sandals and the others, I think the goal of doubling the capacity here could be achieved within the next 3 to 4 years. The good news is that, as I said in the beginning, we are totally in love with this island. It's not just about making money, I mean, God makes you make money and you can lose money, so it's best to put the money where you can make people happy and promote. The other thing is we believe that this hotel will create more jobs, both during the construction time and also during the service time.
As a consequence, the Egyptian billionaire says employees will have to be on par with the level of service his company wishes to offer. In this vein, he says he will invest in the training of people employed by his hotel.
I think the medical school has a facility, so we need to make sure that we get the right trainers here, because I think many people who are coming here are high-net individuals. They request high-end services. And therefore, whatever we believe that the people here are doing their best, sometimes it's not enough. So it's easy, training can bring them to that level easy. So I think we need to put some money aside for that too, I also want to thank Minister Steele, because he has been quite helpful in introducing me into the country, and being also a diplomat now, I feel like I'm obligated to carry the flag here. Just the last compliment, I've toured around the whole world. I just want you to know that I have rarely seen so nice people like in this place here.
Mr. Sawiris is hoping to get the ball rolling on construction of the first lot at Silver Sands as soon as possible. It's his intention that if all goes well in the next 3 to 4 years, Grenada can see 3 5-star hotels.
We are lucky because the piece of land at Silver Sands, the previous owner had already done the topographic works, and he's done the soil testing and so on. So that usually takes 6 months. So this has already been done. So during the time we can have the architects design the place, we can wait for the national, the alien license, which I hope one day I will not need, because I'm striving to become a Grenadian, because I don't want because if I'm going to do multiple projects, I don't want to go through this process every time. It's not about the tax or the money, it's just about feeling at home, And so I think we can't complain for the first project. We cannot complain about any time issues, so we can start this one. I think the land, the Riviera, the lease still has some steps to be done. And of course, if we do the medical side, that needs a total, we have to take it completely, demolish the whole structures. And also in the previous years, people have been really ignorant in what it needs to be to leave the beach. Everybody's coming too near to the beach, so I think in our new designs, we will try to go back so the beach, sand beach, has become bigger. Because it's just a shame, you don't need to be, exactly, because some of these structures are really obstruct even the beaches, So the good news is that when we are going to do all that again, we are going to do it in the right way, the natural way, the way that cares for environment and all that.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says this is the type of investment and opportunity the country needs to grow and develop.
As I
move around the country in our forum and my constituency office, meeting people. In fact, a short while ago, I just came from one. The expectation of the young people is what is coming, what is available for us, how does the future look for us. This is precisely what we are working on, laying a solid foundation for the permanent economic success of this country. We don't want to get anything wrong. We want to get it right. We believe that there is an excellent opportunity to put Grenada on the map in every sense. This is why we are in serious discussions with our regional and international financial institutions and governments about the restructuring of the Grenada's debt, restructuring of the Grenada's economy, and taking the necessary steps to create the kind of atmosphere that will attract serious businesses.
Abigail McIntyre, GIS News.
The quality of investors expressing an interest in Grenada has at times been a subject of controversy. However, as Prime Minister Mitchell moves to cement his legacy, reputable investors remain one of the subjects of his pursuits. Naguib Sawiris comes with a solid global track record as captured in this GIS profile.
An Egyptian billionaire has fallen in love with Grenada. Naguib Sawiris flew into St. George's on his private jet to meet Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell and unveil 3 multi-million-dollar projects about to come on stream. Sawiris, also Grenada's ambassador to France, is the oldest son of Egyptian construction magnate Onsi Sawiris. His plans to invest in 3 major hotel and villa projects also come with a promise to extend his investment in St. George's. In fact, in July, he announced plans to increase his investment in Egypt to the tune of billions of dollars. He comes from perhaps the most prominent family in Egypt, which already owns nearly 50% of that country's stock exchange. Sawiris, who has already bought beachfront property here, was introduced to the island by a friend with strong Grenadian roots, Danny Fakhri, Grenada's deputy ambassador to the United Kingdom.
And more relevant for what we're doing in Grenada is that they have been involved in the Middle East, in Switzerland, in South America, and I believe there's something in the US going on the tourism industry. As an example to the tourism industry activity, they took in Egypt, in the Red Sea, some land, a desert land which had nothing on it, and converted it to one of the most sought-after destinations, tourist destinations in the Red Sea. They have 5,000 hotel rooms just in that project, 2,200 villas, 80% of which were sold to foreign investors, and it's now the most sought-after tourism destination in the Red Sea.
Sawiris has major investment in telecommunication industry in Egypt and other parts of the world. His company owns major shares in the world's largest cement producing company. His business portfolio extends to many countries, including the Middle East, Switzerland, and the USA. In fact, the Sawiris family controls the Orascom Group, Egypt's largest conglomerate, which owns interests in construction, telecom, hotels, and technology, and employs over 100,000 people. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says Grenada welcomes investors with such proven track record in business.
These are people with a history and with the resources. They're not going begging people, looking for people's money. They are using their resources to build. And one thing you could expect from somebody with their credibility and, of course, and history is that they do not want their names be attached to failures. And with that objective in mind and understanding in mind, we know that if they promise something, they will deliver it. And that is the type of individual that we wish to attract in our country at this time. And certainly that's the type of individual I believe the country will certainly want to see at this time.
Naguib Sawiris is the latest billionaire investors to set up shop in Grenada, a man who Forbes magazine as of March this year said had a net worth of $2.5 billion US. I am Roll Titus for GIS News.